from the heart of your community. This is Newswatch at 5:30.
And as we'll see tonight, it's a community with a big heart. Good evening and welcome to Newswatch at 5:30. I'm Teresa Kashuba. On tonight's show, we're heading to the streets with Mike Melnick and Jay Sharp from our sister radio stations 980 Cruise and the Wolf 101.5 FM. They took fundraising to the streets for tsunami relief. Coming up on Wheel Knowledge, heading back to Crow River Sound for a serious car entertainment installation. And Laura Hampshire on Showtime introduces you to the Fokker family. But first, in thousands of homes, cars, and businesses this morning, people tuned in to 980 Cruise and the Wolf 101.5 FM morning shows as the crews headed curbside to collect donations designated for tsunami relief through the local branch of the Red Cross. Dedicated listeners, station staff, and volunteers helped put the show on the road in the tradition of Loony for Your Thoughts. And this is how it works. The man on the street. What exactly is man on the street, Loony for Your Thoughts, Mike? How did this get started?
Well, Loony for Your Thoughts began about 4 or 5 years ago. I mean, the concept of a speaker's corner in Britain centuries ago is nothing new. So, you know, good ideas are meant to be stolen, right, Teresa?
Right. Oh, yeah.
We've done that before in broadcasting.
Ooh, once or twice.
So we thought, when we moved downtown 6-7 years ago from up on TV Hill, where you remember being kind of secluded from the downtown core, we thought, what an opportunity to come downtown and meet people, meet our listeners face to face. And we kept seeing people come by the window and wave at us in the studio. And I had the idea one morning that wouldn't it be cool to take the microphone, put it on the table, a wireless microphone, and not come outside. Just leave the microphone on the table with a sign saying, Loony for Your Thoughts. Give us a Loony. You can put your thoughts on the radio.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible.
So, and it worked that way for a couple of years, and it kind of morphed into me coming outside to host it, and John Badham joining me outside as well every once in a while. And then we thought, what do we do with the money? So we couldn't keep it for ourselves, as tempting as that was. Because we're not well paid in this industry, are we? You know. Well, you are, not radio guys.
Yeah, right.
So we thought charity. We have to give it to charities. So we started dividing it up to various local charities, and then it became almost a fundraiser vehicle for the United Way, for the Red Cross, as we're doing this morning. And after September 11th, we saw a huge outpouring from our listeners for the Red Cross. People just wanted to somehow tangibly be connected to the disaster.
I think you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
And I also believe that you are very specific about how you select when you're going to do the Loony on the Thoughts or the Man on the Street, so that it stays as a special function and a special fundraiser for significant situations like tsunami disaster.
Right. Now, in the summertime, spring and summertime, and part of the fall, we're out every Friday. And some mornings are pretty quiet. We always have a charity, and some mornings it's $20, $30. But you're right, the big ones, we choose very specifically and carefully, and like today.
You're getting $100 checks and $100 bills and loonies and toonies, the whole thing. It's. Yeah. We're gonna catch up with Melanie. I think you have Melanie here from the Red Cross and find out where this money is going to go to. But are you going to be warm enough for the rest of the morning?
I'm okay. I've got my long and wellies on, and I've got a sweater and my gloves, and I'm cool. How about you? Are you all right?
I think I'm good. I'm double socked and snow pants. So,
by the way, last time,
Kevin and I think we're all right.
Last time I saw you on yesterday's show, you were being wrapped in saran wrap. How was that?
You know what? That was
different.
the seaweed wrap therapy, and it was lovely.
Yes.
Significantly warmer than right now.
A little different than today, right? Good to have you here this morning.
Good to be here. Thanks, Mike. More from this morning's chilly streets in just a few moments. Right now, it's over to Naomi Parness at the Newswatch desk.
Thanks, Teresa, and good evening, everyone. As you've just seen, here are some of the stories coming up on Newswatch at 6.
The mood may have been lighthearted, but the cause was serious. I'm Steve Guthrie in Peterborough, where staff from 980 Cruise, the Wolf 101.5, and CHEX Television spent the morning on George Street collecting money for tsunami relief. I'll have details tonight on CHEX Newswatch.
And we'll have much more on the local and nationwide relief efforts at 6. Also tonight, we'll have an update on the upcoming Easter Seal Telethon, and we'll tell you about a small company that's making it big. Details on those stories and other news of the day tonight on Newswatch at 6. But right now, it's over to Gary for a look ahead to sports.
Hi again, everyone. Coming up, we'll have all the scoring highlights from last night's OHL action at the Memorial Center, where Liam Reddick scored an OT to give the Petes a win over Belleville. We'll also check out today's provincial curling action at the host Peterborough Curling Club and what's happening at both the Holy Cross Catholic Cup basketball tournament and the St. Peter's Provincial Hockey Tournament. And we'll also check out a hockey team from a city better known for taking bets than hits. Graham?
Gary, a very pleasant day today, really. Temperatures above normal for this time of year. Starting off a little on the cool side, but warming up as the day went on. And some sunshine poking its head through, which made it a very nice day in that regard. As far as the forecast is concerned, we're going to see cloudy conditions tonight. There could be some flurries in some of our viewing area. And we'll see flurries probably tomorrow, too, in the morning, then clearing as the day goes on. Overnight low around -5. Daytime highs tomorrow will approach the freezing mark. Naomi?
Thanks, Graham. Now it's back to Teresa.
Thanks, Naomi. Still to come, cranking up the tunes on Wheel Knowledge.
May look like a normal Saturn, folks, but wait till you see inside. Coming up next, the ins and outs of putting in a high-performance custom sound system. Stay tuned.
Repairs or a new look, Fraserville Mechanical and Collision Center will do it right. Complete mechanical and auto body repairs to all makes and models. Body work and accessories, including lifts and lowers and custom painting. Their paint shop is tall enough to handle large trucks and transport cabs. Plus, damage-free towing. It's your vehicle, so choose who you want to fix it. They handle all insurance claims and their work is guaranteed. Fraserville Mechanical and Collision Center.
The Government of Canada will match dollar for dollar donations by individual Canadians to tsunami relief efforts. The match programs count retroactive to December 26 for any donations by individual Canadians to Canadian non-governmental organizations that are already involved in responding to the disaster. Here's some of those that are included: the Red Cross, Care Canada, Oxfam, World Vision, UNICEF, Doctors Without Borders, and Save the Children. This morning on the street, that just over 6 months ago was impassable due to flooding. Local Canadians lived up to their roles as members of a global community.
I thought it would attract them.
Oh, there we go. How's it going so far this morning, Nancy?
It's amazing. We're getting hundreds and 50s and 20s. It's just amazing.
So you're just running up and down the streets, people are pulling over for you, and I think you've got a partner in crime as well.
My husband, Ryan, yes.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, keep up the good work. Are your arms getting sore yet?
It's getting heavy.
But that's right. Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Thanks. Take care. Well, find Melanie. It's amazing how when Jay Sharp and Mike Melnick get together, the people who will get up be on location at 7:30 in the morning.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great, Melanie. How are you?
Good.
You have a number of roles with the Red Cross. The first one I want to ask you about is you've actually been at a disaster site assisting on location. Where was that and what was your role?
Well, actually, just recently, the month of October, I helped with hurricane relief in Florida. Pahokee is the area that I was in, which is kind of a depressed area anyway. And I was a family services specialist, so I was basically doing casework. I was going to the homes, looking at the damage, providing financial assistance directly to those affected.
Wow, unbelievable. As we move on to this disaster, which is almost bigger than any of us can fathom, what are the dollars that are being raised through the Red Cross, not only locally but across the country? What are those dollars being used for, Melanie?
Well, currently there are people on the ground working. Canadians have been sent, and there has been 75 metric tons of supplies that have gone over already, and obviously more is going at all times. Basic emergency supplies, food, medical, shelter. We're handing out kits to families, which include mosquito netting, cooking supplies, obviously cooking materials, things that they can cook with. All kinds of things, personal hygiene, toothpaste, toothbrushes, all of those sorts of things that people need to just get through their everyday lives. That's the most immediate stuff that's going out now.
As the crews get sent overseas and to Asia, this is just the beginning, isn't it, Melanie? There is much more to come. The dollars don't need to just come in now. This is a long-term thing.
Absolutely. The initial appeal was for close to $70 million, and that was just for the primary beginnings. Now they're looking at, I believe it was 681 million Canadian dollars was going to be needed just for the Red Cross work that we do do in the long term. So already assessment teams are looking at what are the long-term goals, what can we do to improve infrastructure and water systems and rebuild the health systems.
Now, as we turn ourselves here locally, I mean, considering what Peterborough has been through lately, and not just Peterborough, the whole area has been so supportive of the Red Cross. The last numbers that I have at 8 o'clock in the morning was almost $300,000 to the Red Cross location in Peterborough. And this is not including what people have given to Oxfam, to World Vision Canada. I don't know what to say to people when you see that kind of generosity. It's so incredible.
In our district, which includes Lindsay, Durham, Northumberland, and Peterborough Halliburton, the total is $535,000. That does not include anything that has gone through the Red Cross website or the Red Cross 1-800 line, or a lot of your fundraiser and a lot of third-party fundraisers out in the community. It is absolutely astounding, and I think that's going to be the word of the day. But really impressive and great to see the Peterborough community and the surrounding communities really stepping up to meet this challenge.
We'll have updated Red Cross numbers for you from the local area just a little bit later on.
Backyard in Sunrooms by Prestige. Your whole family can enjoy the beauty of nature safe from the hassles of the elements. Sunrooms from Better Living enhance your lifestyle and property investment, and are as individual as you are. Whether building or renovating, Prestige is your best choice with products from vinyl window design and wood windows from Pella. Located at the Prestige Home and Design Center, 765 The Kingsway, Peterborough. The business built on referrals.
Still to come, curbside with the Wolf 101.5 FM morning show. In the meantime, the Wolf's Brian Ellis tries to keep his co-hosts focused in the midst of all the roadside distractions.
So I'll go on after the song, we'll take a break. What's that? Yeah, I know, it's upstairs somewhere. I think Leah should have it somewhere.
Considering it's January the 7th, the weather was quite cooperative early this morning for the live on the street radio broadcast at King and George Street. Still, after a couple of hours, the toes do go numb and it gets harder to speak. Your face kind of semi-freezes and it's actually hard to form the words. But the radio show had to go on. Members of the community continued handing in donations well past this morning's originally planned 9 a.m. end of the campaign.
So Ryan, how you liking radio?
It's a little colder than I thought it was going to be. Usually the news booth's kind of warm, but we decided to come out here today, and we're doing really well. Like, a lot of people are stopping and dropping a little bit of money off, so it's every little bit helps.
It's amazing. Now, is this your first live broadcast from the street, or have you done this one before?
We did it once before for the food bank just before Christmas time, and raised a lot of money and a lot of food. So we were pretty successful at that. So we thought, why not try it one more time? And we're doing really well again this time.
Look at the results. It's incredible. Now, Jay's taking all the glory here, doing all his little live interviews and stuff like that. But I want to kind of be here to help. So, do you have any finer points for panhandling out on George Street, trying to encourage people to donate to the Tsunami Relief Fund?
I think you just have to try and take the spotlight from Jay. It's kind of tough. He loves it, but if you just kind of move in on him and bump him out of the way and steal the mic.
Just like this? I'm supposed to move in and hi. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you live?
I'm live. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Is it hard to do this live out on the street with everybody inside and have a TV camera in your face?
No, I feel quite comfortable. It's amazing. Yeah, I do feel quite comfortable because you caught me off guard, so I haven't had a chance to get terrified. But
you're doing a great job, by the way. You and Ryan, Brian, everybody on the AM side, everyone's doing a great job, really kind of giving people a chance to drop off their extra dollars. I know everyone who's come here has had the intention to give to the Red Cross and just thought, I got to call, boom, here you are on the street, give me your money.
Yeah,
I love it.
Absolutely, and you've been down here freezing your butt off too, which is good. So
just dance a lot.
Yeah, let's keep moving. That's the secret. Yeah, we've been hanging out here since about 7 o'clock this morning, and people have been just incredible, donating right from their cars as they're stopped at the traffic lights and stuff, and it's great.
Very cool. Well, keep up the good work. I'm going back to the station.
All right.
Do you have a coffee or something?
All right.
Okay.
More than $9,000 was collected this morning. There are several Canadian agencies involved in tsunami relief efforts. You can go to redcross.ca or pick your favorite. CBC.ca lists the nonprofit charities that are collecting donations for the relief efforts in Asia and Africa. And the Salvation Army has brought out their Christmas kettles for a special tsunami relief collection. It's at Lansdowne Place, well, throughout the city, throughout the area. But at Lansdowne Place earlier today, members of the Salvation Army said passers-by were being very generous. Join us next week for Newswatch at 5:30. We're going to work on our art appreciation skills at the Art Gallery of Peterborough. We'll also find out what's going on Tuesday with some new faces at Jungle Cat World. That's Indiana Pete. Later on in the week, Class Connections facilities. See how they're coming together with their programs, and a whole week filled with some great items. That's all the time that we have for tonight's show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Coming up next, it's Newswatch at 6 with Naomi Parnas.